Have you ever looked up at the night sky and seen the moon? It's our planet's best friend. The moon is a big, beautiful ball of rock that floats in space, very close to us here on Earth. It doesn't have its own light, like a lamp or a star. Instead, it acts like a giant mirror. It reflects the bright light from our sun, which is why it shines so brightly for us to see. Think of it like a giant disco ball in space, catching the sunlight and sending that glow down to us. It's been orbiting or circling our planet for billions of years, a constant companion on our journey through the vastness of space. The moon is much smaller than the Earth, about 4 times smaller in fact. If the Earth were the size of a basketball, the moon would be about the size of a tennis ball. Even though it looks close enough to touch sometimes, it's actually very far away. You would have to drive a car for many, many months without stopping to get there. Astronauts have visited the moon, walking on its dusty surface and leaving footprints that are still there today, because there is no wind or rain to wash them away. It is a quiet, still world, with no air to breathe and no blue sky like we have. Sometimes the moon looks like a giant, perfectly round circle. Other times, it looks like just a tiny, thin sliver, like a clipped fingernail. And on some nights, you might not see it at all, even when the sky is perfectly clear. This isn't because the moon is actually changing its shape or playing a game of hide and seek with us. The moon itself is always a round sphere, just like our Earth. The reason it looks different to us from night to night is a wonderful cosmic dance that it performs with our planet and the sun. It's a predictable pattern, a cycle that repeats itself over and over. Tonight, on September 19th, 2025, the moon is in a special phase. It's a last quarter moon, which means it looks like a perfect half circle, but we will get to that later. Understanding why the moon seems to change is like learning a cool science secret. It helps us see the sky not just as a pretty picture, but as a dynamic and amazing place where huge celestial bodies are constantly moving and interacting. It's a beautiful show that happens right above our heads every single night, and you have a front row seat to watch it all unfold. So why does the moon look different on different nights? The secret is all about perspective. Let's dive a little deeper into this amazing celestial dance. The 2 main players that create the moon phases are the sun and the Earth, with the moon as the star of the show. The sun is the ultimate source of light in our solar system. It's a gigantic, blazing star, and its light travels out in all directions. The moon, being a rocky sphere, does not create its own light. It simply reflects the sunlight that hits its surface. At any given moment, no matter where the moon is, exactly 1/2 of it is lit by the sun and the other half is dark. This never changes. The moon's role is to orbit the Earth. This journey is what causes our view of the moon's sunlit half to change. Imagine you are standing in the middle of a dark room, representing the Earth. A friend is holding a bright flashlight far away, representing the sun. Another friend, holding a white ball, is walking in a circle around you. That ball is the moon. As your friend walks around you, you will see different amounts of the side of the ball that is lit by the flashlight. This is exactly what happens in space. When the moon is between the Earth and the sun, the side lit by the sun is facing away from us. Let's talk about the first main phase, the new moon. This is the very beginning of the moon's cycle. During the new moon, the moon sits directly between the Earth and the sun. Think of it like a cosmic sandwich, with the Earth and the sun and the moon as the filling in the middle. Because of this position, sunlight is hitting the side of the moon facing away from us. The side facing Earth is in complete shadow. That's why we can't see the new moon. Even though we can't see it, the new moon is still up there. It rises and sets with the sun. It's in our daytime sky. But the sun's glare hides the dark moon from view. It's like trying to see a black cat in a coal mine at midnight. This phase marks a fresh start for the lunar cycle. From here, over the next 2 weeks, we'll begin to see more of the moon's sunlit side. Here's an interesting fact. This is the only phase when a solar eclipse can happen. This doesn't happen every new moon because the moon's orbit is slightly tilted relative to Earth's. In the nights after a new moon, go outside and try to spot the first thin sliver. About a week after the new moon, we reach the next major phase, the first quarter moon. You might think quarter means we see a quarter of the moon, but it actually means the moon is 1/4 of the way through its 29.5-day orbit. From the ground, a first quarter moon looks like a perfect half circle of light. For Northern Hemisphere observers, the right-hand side is illuminated. The moon has moved, so it now makes a 90-degree angle with Earth and the sun. Because of this position, the first quarter moon is often visible in the afternoon sky. It rises around noon, it sets around midnight. making it a great moon to spot before bedtime. Here's a fun fact. When you look at a first quarter moon through a telescope or even binoculars, the view is spectacular. The line that separates the lit side, day, from the dark side, night, is called the terminator. Along the terminator, sunlight hits the surface at a very low angle, creating long, dramatic shadows from mountains and crater rims. That makes the moon's bumpy, cratered surface pop in amazing three-dimensional detail. The full moon, by contrast, can look flat because the sun lights it directly. 2 weeks after the new moon, we arrive at the most famous and celebrated phase, the full moon. This is when the moon is on the opposite side of the Earth from the sun. Our planet is right in the middle. From this vantage point, we see the entire sunlit half of the moon. It appears as a perfect, brilliant circle. The full moon rises right around sunset and sets right around sunrise, so it's up all night. A magnificent natural nightlight. The full moon has inspired stories, songs, legends for thousands of years. It's so bright it can cast shadows on the ground and let you see on a clear night without other lights. Each month's full moon has traditional names from different cultures. For example, Wolf Moon, January. Harvest Moon, September. Fascinating fact. The full moon is the only time a lunar eclipse can happen. A lunar eclipse, Earth passes directly between the sun and moon, casting Earth's shadow on the moon. The moon can darken and turn reddish, a blood moon. The full moon is the peak of the lunar cycle, maximum illumination. After this, the moon wanes, its light shrinking night by night. Finally, about a week after the full moon, we reach the last quarter moon, also known as the third quarter. This is the phase we see in the sky tonight, on September 19th, 2025. Just like the first quarter, the moon looks like a half circle. However, this time, the left side is illuminated, for viewers in the northern hemisphere. This shows that the moon is now 3/4 of the way through its orbit. The last quarter moon has a different schedule than the first quarter. It typically rises in the middle of the night, around midnight, and is high in the sky at dawn. If you are an early riser, you can often spot the last quarter moon hanging in the pale blue morning sky, a beautiful contrast of the white moon against the daytime blue. Here's a neat fact about the last quarter moon. If you see a half moon in the morning sky, you can be sure it's a last quarter moon. The last quarter, just like the first quarter, is also a fantastic time to use a telescope. The terminator line, now on the right side, once again creates long shadows that make the moon's craters and mountains pop with incredible detail. Watching the moon is a simple joy that connects us all. It doesn't matter who you are or where you live, the same moon shines down on everyone. Following its phases can make you feel more connected to the universe and the natural rhythms of our planet and solar system. It costs nothing, requires no special equipment, and reminds us to look up and wonder. So next time you're outside at night, take a moment to find the moon and appreciate the beautiful, silent dance it performs for us every single night.